So here we have this Weber electric deep fryer. Now, full disclosure, this is a paid review, but the opinions in this video are my own. Alright, and there we go. It came really well packaged, and there really wasn't much to assemble. Now, I'm going to give you a quick look at this, and then I'm going to show you how it works, and after that, I'll test it out and let you know what I think about it. Alright, so starting off, this is the single basket fryer, but they also have an option for a double basket fryer, as well as some upgraded deep fryers that have a timer and an oil drain. Alright, so of course this whole thing is made of food grade stainless steel. On the bottom, there's 4 really handy rubber leveling feet. Right here are some really simple controls. Starting on the left, there's this safety cap that protects a reset button. Then there's a light to show you it has power and a light to show you that it's heating up. And then there's this knob to control the heat. I like how it shows both Celsius as well as Fahrenheit temperatures. That's nice. And it heats up all the way to 390 degrees Fahrenheit. Anyway, let's go ahead and open this thing up. Right on top here is this lid with a knob, easy to remove and prevent splatters. Then there's this wire basket. It's really sturdy. Of course, this is where you're going to put all the food you want to fry. And it measures 9 inches by 7 inches and it's 5.5 inches deep. It also has this nice long handle with a rubber coating to prevent burning. And then there's also these hooks on the end of the basket that you can easily hook right onto here. And this is for when you're done frying your food, you can hook it onto here and then let the excess oil drain back into the basin. Then at the bottom is this raised platform, and it sits raised right above this heating element here to protect it. And these tubes are what heats the oil up, and then the wires are the temperature sensors. This thing just easily comes out. And then there's this solid stainless steel bin with a max oil capacity of 9.5 quarts. It has these really handy minimum and maximum oil levels, which is super helpful. And the bin also has these pop-up handles on the side so you can easily remove it. And then here's what the last part looks like. It's just a really simple stainless steel box. And I really like how easy it is to take all these parts out. It's going to make it super simple to clean. So yeah, I mean, it seems like a pretty decent quality commercial deep fryer, so let's go ahead and try it out. Alright, so first off, I went ahead and plugged it in, and I forgot to show you the cord, but it's only about 2 foot long, which is a little bit short for what I'm using it for. Anyway, then I opened up the fryer and started dumping in the oil, and I used lard, but there's a lot of different oils you can use. And if you do use something like lard or tallow, you're going to want to make sure you smush it down so it makes contact with the heating element. Anyway, it took about a half hour to get up to temperature, and once it did, I dropped some homemade potato fries in, and I must have had the oil temperature too high or my fries were just too wet, because when I dropped them in, it bubbled a lot more than it should have. And I also had the oil pretty close to the max line, which seemed to be a bit too much, so I scooped some of it out. Then once I had the oil just a little bit below the minimum line and it cooled off a bit, I dropped in some more potatoes. Then after about 5 minutes, I pulled them out and let them drain for a few seconds. Then I dumped them out on a pan to let them cool and put in the remaining potatoes I had. And again, I let these fry for 5 minutes. Then I pulled them out, added some chicken nuggets, and fried them a second time for another 5 minutes. And it probably wasn't a full 5 minutes because I pulled them out when they started to look golden brown. And here's what they looked like right out of the fryer. Then I added some salt, mixed them up, and then ate them. And they tasted really good. They were nice and crispy and had plenty of flavor. Anyway, after letting the oil cool down a bit, I strained it out into a couple jars. And then I took apart the fryer, put most of the parts in the dishwasher, and cleaned the rest with hot soapy water. So yeah, the fryer worked really well for me. It did take a bit longer to heat up than I thought it would, but if you're using a regular oil, then it might heat up a bit faster. But apart from that and a little bit of trial and error on figuring out how to use it, once I figured it out, it worked great. It was really easy to use. It was also really easy to clean, and overall, I think it's a pretty decent deep fryer.